Hello everyone, I am sitting here in my new office. I actually let my beautiful office in the Southwest go because it was just more space than we needed. So this is a nice refreshing start. So wanted to give you an update on what's happening in Edmonton's real estate market. If you have been following me, you would know that the real estate market seems to have had a little bit of a sluggish start, especially in comparison to a very hot market last year. But April is a little bit different. So obviously spring, we expect things to be busier. The number of sales are up 16.5% from last month. And while they're down 8% lower than April of last year, they're actually right on par, like almost exact same numbers as March of 2025. So that's really not too bad. So overall, that's very healthy. The number of inventory is definitely up. So we're up 10.4% in new listings in comparison to last month, and then almost 10% more listings than last year. So a little few less sales, a lot more listings. The inventory level, despite that, is still at 2.8 months. So that's still a seller's market. As you know, anything between 4 and 6 months is balanced, so we are still technically a seller's market, but different things are happening in different markets. And so most notably, the outskirts neighborhoods just outside of the Anthony Henday, inside of Edmonton proper, are really quite sluggish, which is very strange because everything on the inside is really quite the opposite. It's been quite robust, quite busy, super competitive, so frustrating for buyers, and very, very different story when you cross the Henday for some reason. The outskirts neighborhoods, like the bedroom communities, Gibbons, Morinville, Sherwood Park, Spruce Grove, they're all very, very busy. So the condo market in general is definitely sluggish. Downtown is kind of going back to the ways that we weren't really loving before. So the number of sales are down 18% from this time last year. Despite that, though, the actual average sale price is still up a little bit. So the average sale price on an apartment style condo is $225,842. That's up 6.5% from last month and up 3.4% from this time last year. The row and townhouses are at $313,193. That's your average sale price. That is up 1.7% from last month, but down 0.5% from last year. And the semi-detached is at $423,341. That is down 3.1% from last month and 2.7% from the year before. Detached houses, basically no change from last month at $589,384, and we're up almost 1% from this time last year. So still a rise there. Build costs are certainly a factor there. One of the surprising stories is the $1 million plus market. It's still actually up from last year, which was the hottest year ever. So you're seeing where the trend is going. Part of that is just the average sale price is higher in general, so people are spending more. But even in the ultra luxury, when you go 2 million plus, the number of sales are still higher. And I don't actually know the stats because it's hard to actually, they're not really released or public, or I don't know if anybody really has them, but the number of builds in the $1 million plus market, I would venture to say is probably the highest it's ever been, because you see a lot of the construction. I'm sure you guys have seen it. So all in all, it seems like we've got a really robust economy, and I will keep you posted for next month. I hope you're enjoying the sunshine that has finally arrived, and take care.